Okay. Good. Just checking something. Works. Nice. Cockpit camera. Yeah, these are the keyboard shortcuts, and there are loads of them. By the way, welcome to another flight simulator stream tonight. My second one yesterday was last night. It was really late. The simulation took forever. It took forever until it was downloaded. 130 gigabytes, and it took forever. 3 hours. It took 3 hours, and when I could get into the simulation. Wait a second. Yes, everything is good. And when I finally got into the simulation, it was already past midnight. Well past midnight. I think it was already 1:30. When I switched it off, it was 3 in the morning. Yeah, and that is for some of you guys, this is nothing, but for me, I'm just not used to it. For years, I'm kind of, trained for getting up early in the morning, 6:30 at the latest. This is early for me, at least. And so usually I don't see midnight. Midnight comes around, I'm already in bed. Most of the time. Good. Let's see if everything is working as intended. Okay. Yeah, I've started with the flight training last night. I just actually, to be honest, I just wanted to look into it, and then I couldn't stop. And in the end, it was well over 1.5 hours. Okay. This is okay. Good. So, I'm completely thrilled to finally get into it again. This is great. This is fantastic. Good. There's the training menu. We've already done 31% basic handling, but last night I completely fucked up this one here, the third one. So I'm going to do it again. And hopefully I can remember, where the rudder is, what the yoke does, and all these basic, very basic things. Yeah. Let's go. Familiarization Flight in Sedona. This is about a quick view to look around, smart cam to automatically focus on a point of interest, in this case Sedona Airport, pitch up and down and turns. Okay. The yoke is like a steering wheel. You can turn, but you can also pitch. To control the plane, a plug-in yoke or joystick can make a huge difference. Don't have a yoke, but I do have a joystick, and I tonight I got some stuff from the cellar that was lying around, and I built myself a do-it-yourself, you know, mount here on my little table with I don't know what's that called in English, but I can you know, in a matter of 2 minutes, everything is gone. So got the joystick here, got the throttle here. All right, and the keyboard on my lap. Not exactly the best solution. Probably I will do something like that. I will put something like that to have the keyboard here. I mean, I have to be aware that I can change everything in a few minutes to have my usual sim racing rig accessible for me. So yeah, have to wait and see. Let's go.
I've got to say, you chose a great day to go flying. This session, we'll get started with some basic controls. Sound good? First things first, let's get familiar with your surroundings. Out your side windows, you can see we have great visibility over Sedona today.
Yeah, POV. I don't know what they mean by that. I really don't know.
This is Red Rock territory.
Okay.
Beautiful, isn't it?
So we got that.
See if you can spot the Sedona airport. The runway should be a pretty easy landmark to find.
Yeah, there it is. Use the smart cam by holding 1. Wait a minute. Which is 1? Which is 1? Uh, 1. It's pointing nowhere, really. I mean, I've got this little joystick thingy here on the joystick where I can, you know, change my viewpoint. So I did that. Toggle smart camera 1. I don't know. This is POV. This is what they call POV. Good. This is 2. Okay, so where's 1? Where the fuck is 1? Ah! It's the shooter. When you do space flight combat or whatever combat, you shoot with this one. This is 1. Okay, so we learned something, and that's what it's all about. Go back. Resume. Here's the smart camera.
There you go. Visual confirmation on the airport.
There you go. There you go. Enjoy the view as the instructor flies. I enjoy. I much rather would be there
we already
at
talked
the moment.
About basic controls while we were on the ground. Time to see how it all feels in the air. The aircraft is currently set to a cruise attitude. The position it should be in for regular flight. All right, now let's try banking into a turn by moving the yoke. I'll go first.
I'm trying to take an approach as if I am actually in the plane. Of course I'm not.
As a general rule,
I know that.
You always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees.
Under 30 degrees, okay. Got that.
try rolling to the right. You have controls. Turn right, toward the city of Sedona. Excellent. As we're flying towards Sedona, let's try climbing up and down. Gently pull on the yoke to climb. Give it a try.
I can do that. Okay.
Excellent. For the descent, it's the same principle, except you're pushing on the yoke.
Of course.
Go ahead. Gently pitch down. Next time, be a bit more gentle on the controls.
Even more gentle.
Okay,
Jesus.
time to find the airport again. Look around, and when you found it, make a turn in that direction.
I found it. Gentle. I already realized that the joystick is not the best possibility. It's not that easy to be gentle with the joystick. Ah, there we go. Of course, it's probably is not how you should do it. Better than yesterday. Oof. Maybe not. I don't have to land here, right? Going to start through. Okay.
Make sure any control movements are soft and gentle.
Trying.
Now that you're more familiar with the aircraft and the surroundings, the next step is to go deeper into handling and techniques.
Okay.
Soon enough, you'll be able to enjoy trips all on your own.
Nice. Why don't I have 10,000 points? I don't get it. This was perfect. Yesterday I had 5,100. Ah. Yes. Okay. What else? Restart? No. Training menu. 33%. What's next? Attitude. Learn to use the elevators. Okay. First, I need a sip. Okay. What does it say? Attitude refers to the aircraft's nose position relative to the horizon. Okay, can see that. Attitude. There are 3 pitch attitudes controlled by the elevator, and in this lesson you will learn to climb, cruise, and descend. Makes sense. Makes sense. Climb? Okay. In the image to the right, the dashed lines represent where you will see the horizon in your windshield during climb or descent. Yeah, it makes sense. You will also discover the relationship between pitch and speed. Pitching up will cause the speed to decrease, of course, while pitching down makes speed increase, of course. Logical. This is logical.
To help demonstrate pitch, I've drawn 3 lines on the windshield. Notice how the middle line matches the horizon while we're flying level. This is the cruise attitude. The lower dotted line is the climb attitude, and the upper one is the descent attitude.
Yeah, I've read that.
Let's dig deeper into what that means. Pull back gently on the yoke until the climb attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude.
Okay.
According to your altimeter, we're gaining altitude. But we're losing airspeed, proving you can't avoid basic physics while making a climb. Excellent. Now let's level back out.
Oops.
Our speed is increasing and our altitude is stable.
Oops.
That's okay.
Jesus.
Push gently on the yoke until the descent attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude. As expected, with a nose down attitude, our altitude is decreasing.
But why am I
while our
turning
speed
right?
is picking up.
This is strange.
That's good.
Pitch down.
Okay, bring us back to level flight.
Okay. This is really
Now your
hard
speed
with the
is
joystick.
decreasing and your altitude is stable. That's okay. I think a bit more practice may be a good idea. Try to make only small adjustments to your pitch to avoid overcorrection.
Yeah, the tiniest movement on the joystick. The tiniest movement on the joystick is. Oh, I gotta do it again here. Is you know. It's not me, it's the joystick. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not me. I need a yoke. As fast as possible.
To help demonstrate pitch, I've drawn 3 lines on the windshield. Notice how the middle line matches the horizon while we're flying level. This is the cruise attitude.
Okay, I'm trying as delicately
the lower
as I
dotted line
can
is the
now.
climb attitude, and the upper one is the descent attitude.
This is almost
Let's dig deeper into
impossible.
what that means. Pull back gently on the yoke until the climb attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude.
I can't get any more gentle.
According to your altimeter, we're gaining altitude. But we're losing airspeed, proving you can't avoid basic physics while making a climb.
Yeah, but we are losing not much.
Excellent. Now let's level back out.
Okay, whoops, slow.
Our speed is increasing and our altitude is stable.
Okay.
That's good. Push gently on the yoke until the descent attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude.
Come on.
As expected, with a nose-down attitude, our altitude is decreasing, while our speed is picking up.
Yeah, speed is at 100.
Great.
Almost 110.
Okay, bring us back to level flight.
Okay, I'm trying.
Now your
Really
speed is
hard.
decreasing and your altitude is stable.
Really hard.
That's good. Try to make only small adjustments to your pitch to avoid overcorrection.
Yeah, I do. What the fuck? 7,700. B. Okay. Good. Training menu. Next one. 41%. Turns. Using the ailerons and rudder. I haven't. I never heard about ailerons. Rudder, yoke, elevators, in a different, you know. But at least I heard the word, the English word, but ailerons, no. No. I need something here for my arm. It's okay. For the second night, it's okay. What is happening with my... Wait a second. Okay, there we go. To turn, you will have to move the yoke in the direction you want to go and maintain a slight slip ball centered with a small rudder correction. The side slip ball. Okay. Like for climb or descent, an attitude or position of the horizon on the windshield will help you maintain the desired performance. You can confirm the bank angle with the notches at the top of the attitude indicator. Each notch represents 10 degrees. Okay. Good. This is hard. I mean, this is... but I think it's the right decision to do this in English. It will help improve my English, hopefully. And on the other side, I mean, flying, everything is in English, right? So, but it's not easy, not easy. Okay. To control the plane, a plug-in yaw control locked. Perfect turn, coordinate yaw control with the rudder to keep the flight ball. There we go.
For this lesson, we're going to use a line drawn on the windshield to indicate the cruise attitude. I've also added another dotted line to help you bank properly for left turns. Gently move the yoke to the left until the dotted line matches up with the horizon. Then maintain that bank.
I think there's something wrong with the joystick. Look, I'm doing nothing and the plane is going to the right.
Go ahead, turn the yoke gently toward the left. When the dotted line...
Yeah. Okay, I see. Okay, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Watch your altitude. It wasn't constant during the turn. Now let's see you level back out. All right.
Good.
Next step, turning to the right. Let's see how you do on your own without any markings. At the top of your attitude indicator, there's a series of notches representing 10 degrees each.
Okay.
As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees.
Okay. All right, let's see.
Start banking right until you're lined up with the second notch to the right on the attitude indicator. Then maintain that 20-degree bank while remaining at the same altitude until I ask you to stop.
Okay, got that. Same altitude.
That's good. Keep working to maintain a constant altitude during the turn.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Level us back out now.
Fucking joystick.
Great.
I have to recalibrate joystick.
Remember, during a turn, the aircraft tends to sink. You need to pull on the yoke to compensate.
Mm-hmm. Understood. Hey! Don't look down. Yeah, I tried. I tried my best. Thanks. Have you done Flight Simulator? Do you own the game or the simulation? I think it's going great. I mean, it's my second night. Last night I jumped in after it took forever to load the thing, download the thing. Like 10 minutes on Xbox, okay. Yeah, last night I jumped in at 1:30 in the morning, I think it was. And I was completely thrilled. It was 3, well beyond my usual time, you know, 3 in the morning. So, yeah, but I was thinking the whole day about it and was looking forward going in it again. I think it's great. Okay. I think it's great, but I do have a few problems with the hardware. I mean, this thing here, I had it lying around for years. I bought it for Elite Dangerous, and then I used it for 2 weeks. And then I you know, put it away But this is a Thrustmaster Hotas X. I bought it used. Maybe it's not working properly. I don't know. It kind of seems. Maybe it's just a calibration thing, but the plane just goes to the right slightly, and it's really hard to maintain. So I guess I have to buy a real yoke. But then again, the next problem, what can I do with my wheelbase? I don't want to get, I don't want to interchange between, I don't want to put this away and then put it on again. It should stay as it is. So where can I put the yoke? I could put the yoke on top of the wheelbase. I don't know. Or in front of it. I don't know. I have to figure it out. But this is great. I will stay with this for relaxation and learning, and yeah, it's something completely different. It's great. I love it. Okay, training menu. 49% mastered. What next? Power settings. The basics of power management. Okay. Yeah, I've seen a few of them. Especially an American, I think. It's an American. It's an older guy. He seems to be on all the time. And he's got quite a following, and he's explaining everything. So I was checking in a few times. It's I mean, it's a great thing. It's and it's actually it's not that expensive in real life. I mean, to get your private pilot license, I thought it might be much more expensive, but it isn't. It is still expensive, but you can do it. You can do it. If you really want to do it, you can do it. I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. A friend of mine, he's got a private pilot license. I never flew with him. I didn't even know that he had it, but he talked about it. And he's flying not often, but you have to keep your license and stuff. And I mean, this is one of the things I really love to do. But one thing after the other, I have no idea about flying, to be honest, none. Good. And English doesn't make it easier, I have to say. It's not easy, but it's a good learning experience, hopefully. Cruise attitude. Okay. Throttle is the command to adjust the aircraft power setting displayed on the RPM tachometer. Yeah, that makes sense. This exercise will maintain the same cruise attitude and increase the RPM to see the effect of power change on your speed. Okay. Sounds not complicated. And I mean, the graphics. I mean, it's amazing. As soon as I'm done with my flight training here, I don't know how it works, but I guess you can fly wherever you want. I have to fly over some areas where I want to go in real life sometime, you know. For example, this summer I want to go to Italy, definitely. So I like to fly over this region and see how it looks like, and where already check out where I'm going to go there. So this will be great. Okay.
Let's talk about the throttle.
Wait, I have to. It uses some fancy thing with Bing Maps, and it will create building models based on the maps. Oh, really? Yeah, I have no idea. Really, I have no idea at all. I just saw, the guy I was talking about, the pilot guy, the American, and he has loads of other information on the net he uses for whatever reasons. It's then he seems to fly on an online community thing where other people fly with you, or on their routes. But not only that, but other people seem to do nothing else but take the part as flight control and stuff like that. It's crazy, crazy. It's absolutely crazy, but fascinating stuff. Fascinating, really. Okay.
In the Cessna 152, that relates directly to the RPM displayed on
Yeah,
the
the traffic
tachometer.
control.
Pull
Okay.
back on the throttle to reduce RPM to 1800.
1800.
Look how your speed and altitude are also decreasing. Excellent. Okay, let's throttle back up to 2400 RPM.
Easy. So this is much better. This part of the joystick is much better. Much easier to use. The throttle. The joystick itself, nah.
Your speed is increasing now. As long as you maintain the same attitude, your altitude will keep climbing as well.
Okay, vertical speed, I see.
Nice.
Good.
That was excellent. With piston planes like this Cessna, it's common to have power targets defined in RPM.
Uh-huh. Okay. Love hearing all the different instructions they pass over the radio. Yeah, I just listened into one of those streams for a bit. Maybe. I mean, if it is, I'm relieved, actually. That would mean that it's not, my joystick, but I don't know. On this basic training, I suspect that they don't add any wind at all. It is probably the easiest you can do, the easiest conditions, and I suppose it's the joystick. But we have to see, and I mean, a yoke, it's not that expensive. I mean, with the sim racing stuff, I'm used to to sink money into this kind of hobby. Over the last year, I don't know, I bought the wheelbase, I bought the rim, I bought the pedals lately, the pedals alone, everything used, but still the pedals alone, the Sprint Heusingfeld, it was 550 euros. You know the deal. I mean, this sim racing stuff is expensive, so a yoke for $100, it's nothing for me. Okay. Yeah, totally worth it. Absolutely. I mean, I save money by sitting at home all the time. I don't spend any money out there. I mean, before, when I went out much more often, $50 a night was, you go to the cinema, afterwards you have a couple of drinks, maybe you go have something to eat, $50-$60, bang. And that is true, of course. That's true. But alone, sitting at home in front of the computer, I mean, the only thing is the kind of afraid of the the increasing costs of electricity, this will be, you know, because of the whole situation, you know. That might get expensive, but that's the only thing. Other than that, I'm not spending anything. Sitting here, just sitting. I have my beer. That's it. Straight and level flight. Managing trim for smooth flight. Okay. We've got the airspeed indicator, the attitude indicator, the altimeter. The altimeter is a bit confusing. Vertical speed indicator, also a bit confusing. I have to get used to it, to the stuff. Heading indicator, that makes sense. That's a compass, really, essentially. Yeah, kind of. I mean, do we have a team for sim racing is the question. Kind of. I teamed up with a friend of mine, with David, who does the liveries. And, you know, we are on Discord all the time and discussing stuff. But we never raced. It just didn't come up yet. We were thinking about it last year, doing some VLN races, Nürburgring, but we didn't. So yes, it is a two-man team, but you know, why? Why are you asking? You're thinking about doing some endurance team racing stuff? Okay, just curious. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I never did any endurance races. The longest race I did was a 90 minutes race. It was when the Cayman came out. They had a 90-minute race at Sebring, and that was by far the longest race I've done. Other than that, I did a few GT3 races, you know, the 40-minute. I think it's 40 minutes, or is it 50? Even can't remember. 40, 45 minutes, just like stuff like that. Never did anything longer than that, so I don't know if I have what it takes, you know, staying focused, but gonna try it eventually. Measures in hundreds RPM. The knots. This one here. This is confusing. The speed measured by knots, because I really have no idea. Knots to miles or kilometers. I have no idea. Part of a team since 2018, mostly just doing endurance races with them. Ah, really? How many people are you when you're doing an endurance race? 3, 4? Yeah. 2 and 5. So you are, what you're saying is you are doing most of the time, you're doing 1 hour stints. Because 1 hour stints is something I can see myself being able, but you know, well, VLN is 4 hours, I think. It's 4 hours, so if we would split up between both of us, me and David, we would have 2 hours each. Okay, training. Familiarize yourself. By the way, no problem. talking about sim racing, no problem at all. Just going back and forth. Changing one or both will result in difference in speed, heading, attitude, and power equals performance. You will also discover the trim wheel to help you maintain a desired attitude. Okay, the trim wheel. Accelerate. So okay, we'll have to wait and see. Accelerate, decelerate at a level altitude. Refine aircraft handling skills. Okay. No, it's both is okay. No problem. Both is completely okay. So the trim wheel might be a possibility to level out any calibration issues, maybe. Most of the time you do 2-hour stints, since sometimes the tires can last longer than one stint. Okay. That's another thing, the tire issues.
In this lesson, let's take a look at the relationship between attitudes and power settings. Attitude plus power equals performance.
It's always kind of...
We're currently at 5,500 feet in a cruise attitude. The aircraft's nose is positioned under the horizon and cruise power is at 2,300 RPM.
Okay.
Try to reduce power to 2,000 RPM while maintaining 5,500 feet.
Okay. Oops.
Great. You probably noticed, to maintain altitude, you need to pitch the nose up.
Yeah. I noticed.
You could just keep pulling on the yoke to hold steady, but that's not really a precise means of control. Probably better to adjust your trim wheel until you don't need to push or pull on the yoke. Drag the trim down when you need to set the nose up.
Okay.
Drag it up to set the nose down.
Makes sense.
Try adding trim to keep us at 5,500 feet without increasing throttle.
How do I do that? Add trim to stop pulling on yoke using joystick slider X. Slider X. Jesus, I have no idea what that means.
Try it out. Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,500 feet.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have to look into the control units. The trim will help with that. But where is it? Where is it? Instruments and systems. Engine instruments? No. Flight control surfaces? Or is it power management? Throttle? No. Rudder axis, elevator axis, aileron axis. There we go. Joystick slider X plus X minus. No, this is the rudder. Trim the elevator up, the nose of the plane will go up. Is that a picture of your flight? Yes. The thing is that you can, put it apart in two pieces. That's what I did. There's just two screws. You have the same one. Ah, really? Yeah, it's the Thrustmaster HOTAS X. Yeah. So. Yeah. then maybe you know what the joystick slider X plus means, because I don't. There is no slider. Isn't this? No. That's the throttle, of course. Ah! Okay. Got it. Got it. It's on the throttle, these number 9 and 10 on the picture. On the other side, you can't see it on the picture. It's on the front side. Okay, go back. Resume. Good. Maintain altitude at 5,500 feet.
Try it out. Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,500 feet.
5,500. Where is it?
Try it out. Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,500 feet.
Altitude?
Try it out. Trim the aircraft to maintain
5,500,
5,500 feet.
but this is much higher, isn't it?
Try it out.
5,500.
Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,500 feet.
So now it's 3,000 feet, right?
Try it out. Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,500
Yeah,
feet.
you can play this in VR, but I don't have VR, unfortunately. But in VR, this must be absolute stunning. I mean, it is
Try it out.
on the
Trim the
widescreen.
aircraft to maintain 5,500 feet.
There we go. We are. Wait a minute. Get a bit down. Okay. Okay. Now. Now.
Keep working on it. You'll get better.
Yeah, I'm trying.
You're too high now.
I know. I know.
You're too high now.
Yes, yes, yes. There we go.
Increase power to 2,300 RPM while maintaining 5,500 feet. Get us back to a cruise attitude.
Jesus, always getting
You
up.
left the training airspace. You need to go back.
Okay. Okay. Good. This is so immersive. This is great.
That's okay. Now adjust the trim.
Okay. Okay, I adjusted the trim. Doesn't work. Fuck me. Going back and forth. This is harder than I thought. Okay. Whoops. The problem is that the tiniest motion with the joystick is too much already. This won't work with this joystick. Pretty sure. Wow. Crazy. No. Ah.
Keep working on it. You'll get better. Additional practice will help, don't worry. The way I was taught, when you adjust the trim, you make course changes at first to remove pressure on the yoke.
Okay.
Then small adjustments to find the perfect setting to keep your desired attitude.
Okay.
If you feel your pitch slipping and need to get back to the proper attitude, don't worry. Just pull on the yoke, then dial in the right trim. That's the key to straight and level flight.
Okay. I've just looked up how to read the altimeter. Think of it as a clock. Hour hand is how many 1,000 feet, minute hand is how many 100, and second hand is how many 10,000 feet. Mm-hmm. Okay. Got it. I think. The biggest problem with this here was adjusting the trim. Actually, I have to be honest here, I don't understand how it works. Because when I adjust the trim, there seems to be... there is something happening, but it's not that I have the feeling that I'm in control. So, restart. I have to do this again. No other way around. What's the time I have to go with the dog? I have to do a break. At some time at least. Ah, logbook. What's that? Interesting. Total 1 hour 16 minutes. Can't get into this. Landings 4. This was the sightseeing trips. Okay, I have to do this again. The altimeter. Thousand feet, 100, 10,000. But which one is which? The big one on the altimeter probably is 100. How many hundreds? The small one, 10,000 feet. How many 10,000 feet? And the narrow one, 1,000 feet. Probably. I mean, she said it, but I forgot it again. The trim wheel to help you maintain a desired attitude. I don't get it. The trim wheel. Let's see. Oh. I have to remember myself. I think about recalibrating the joystick. Maybe there is a calibration software or whatever.
In this lesson, let's take a look at the relationship between attitudes and power settings. Attitude plus power equals performance. We're currently at 5,500 feet in a cruise attitude. The aircraft's nose is positioned under the horizon and cruise power is at 2,300 RPM.
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't even checked.
To 2,000 RPM while maintaining 5,500 feet.
Okay, 2,000. This is 2,000. Okay, let's go up.
Go ahead, lower your RPM to 2,000 while maintaining 5,500 feet. Great. You probably noticed, to maintain altitude, you need to pitch the nose up. You could just keep pulling on the yoke to hold steady, but that's not really a precise means of control.
This is easy. This is
probably better to adjust your trim wheel until you don't need to push or pull on the yoke. Drag the trim down when you need to set the nose up. Drag it up to set the nose down. Try adding trim to keep us at 5,500 feet without increasing throttle. Try it out. Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,500 feet. Try it out. Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,500 feet.
I'm trying. Add trim to stop pulling on yoke. Okay. I'm not pulling on yoke.
Increase power to 2,300 RPM while maintaining 5,500 feet. Get us back to a cruise attitude. Excellent. Now adjust the trim. Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,500 feet.
Jesus Christ.
Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,500 feet. Trim the aircraft to maintain 5,500 feet.
I don't know. I don't know how it works. I just don't get it. Without the trim, it's not a big problem. But as soon as I'm trying to trim it, it completely gets out of control. Is it trying to dive? No, the problem is as soon as I'm trying to trim it, it's behaving in a strange way, and I can't really keep it at the altitude. It just goes up and down.
Keep working on it. You'll get better. Additional practice will help, don't worry. The way I was taught, when you adjust the trim, you make course changes at first to remove pressure on the yoke. Then small adjustments to find the perfect setting to keep your desired attitude. If you feel your pitch slipping and need to get back to the proper attitude, don't worry. Just pull on the yoke, then dial in the right trim. That's the key to straight and level flight.
I thought it might be something like okay, much better, but I thought it might be like something like a cruise control in a car, but it doesn't work like that. I don't get it. Okay, next. I have to look into it. I have to look into it. What it means, what it does. Trim the aircraft, reduce power and maintain altitude. Yeah, but this was just I didn't know what I was doing. It was just attitude test. Review the skills learned in previous lessons. Okay. In this test, we will review the attitudes by combining a climb and a turn. We will then review the power settings in straight and level flight by reducing the power while maintaining the heading and altitude. Okay. Okay.
The art of maneuvering a plane through the air isn't a mystery to you anymore. Now it's time to test the skills you've learned. As you can see, we're cruising at 6,000 feet on a north heading of 360 degrees. Start by descending to 5,500 feet while maintaining a northerly heading.
Okay.
When you feel ready, start descending. While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed.
I'm already descending. Okay. Okay, that was a bit too much maybe. Oops. Okay. Easy. Easy. Yeah, nice. Nice. Okay.
That's good.
It is.
Now climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading. On the Cessna 152, you need full power to climb effectively.
Okay, let's go. 6,000. South. Where's south? Where's my compass? Okay. Meanwhile, turn to a south heading. Nice. This is much better. This is much better. Okay. Altitude is good. Very good. Maybe the joystick isn't the problem, maybe the problem was me. Almost there. But landing will be a problem. Landing will be difficult. Yes.
Nice. All right, next exercise. Maintain your heading of 180 degrees. Stay at 6,000 feet and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots.
80 knots. Okay. Maintain heading south. Okay. 80. Almost there. Yes.
That's good. Your speed was well managed, but your altitude needs to be more accurate.
Why? I'm at 6,000.
You did well, but you can do better.
Come on. This was great. This was good. This was the best one. %. Okay. What's next? Oh god. Takeoff and landing. Ouch. Okay, I'm going to take a small break. I will keep the stream going, but I have to go with the dog because I won't go later on, and I want to stay in the sim for a bit more. Going to take a chance on takeoff and landing. Takeoff should be fine, I guess, but landing will be a problem. Okay, back in 10 minutes.